What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So first off, elephant in the room, I am very sorry for the hiatus of content. I was recently in a pretty bad car accident. I've been trying to recover and get through it so I can get back to making content as quickly as humanly possible. So I apologize for the hiatus and the delay in content, but I'm back. I'm feeling well enough to record some audio, so let's just jump straight into today's topic. Now, today's topic is the origin of Kid Buu. Now, with the end of Z on the horizon, and Dragon Ball Daima being centered around the Buu arc, based on our understanding so far, it is very likely that we will get some sort of exposition, some sort of background behind the origin of Kid Buu. Now, the reason I say that is because Akira Toriyama actually expanded on Kid Buu's origin in an interview outside of the series itself. What Akira Toriyama has said about Kid Buu's origin has never been outright stated in the series itself. Most fans live under the impression that he was created by Bibidi and then controlled by Babidi, when that is actually not the case at all. According to Akira Toriyama, Majin Buu was created in time immemorial, and that he is essentially a cosmic entity that is the result of absorbing the evil of all mankind. That part is very important because the God hierarchy predates Universe 7 itself in terms of the universe coming into fruition and actually becoming a creation with mortals and things of that nature. The God hierarchy itself predates the existence of Majin Buu. Now, why is this important? Because it suggests that Majin Buu existed during the establishment of the hierarchy of the gods and the system of mortal development that was established prior to the universe itself becoming rimmed with life and planets and things of that nature. Meaning the Kaioshin and the Makaioshin, the gods of destruction, they were all there during the time that Buu was created. They all existed. And that's very important because that has major implications in terms of the origin of Kid Buu himself. Now, I've talked about in previous videos how it is the job of the Makaioshin to essentially be anti-Kaioshin and to maintain balance in the universe, but in the opposite way. They're supposed to produce and help maintain evil in the universe. So that's the reason they're demon themed, because demons are essentially the labor, the fruits of the labor of the Makaioshin, because they breed evil beings. Now, like I said before, Kid Buu is the result of absorbing all of the evil of mankind. Now, that sounds a little funny when you think about it, because if Buu was essentially programmed, right, magically, with the ability to absorb the evil of mankind, it almost sounds like a fail-safe if the universe becomes imbalanced and they need a pure evil being to essentially restore balance in the universe. And Babidi, it's suggested, pulled Majin Buu from the demon realm itself. Now, this is essentially what's hinted at us in terms of the events that happened in the demon realm prior to Babidi leaving the demon realm with Dabura and Majin Buu. So essentially, it's very similar. It's like a Jafar situation, right? Babidi goes into the demon realm, which is a place for wizards and sorcerers and magic casters in general, and he fits right in because, of course, he's a sorcerer and he's evil, and he just fits right into the demon realm. So what likely happened here is, again, we have this Jafar-like situation where Babidi gets into the good graces of Dabura and then eventually uses the evil in his heart to manipulate him for his own ends. And like I said, based on Majin Buu's background and the story that Akira Toriyama gave for him in this interview, it is very likely that Majin Buu was an intended failsafe for the demon realm to prevent the universe from having too much good. Essentially, Majin Buu was the demon realm's own god of destruction. The Kaioshin has Beerus, right? The demon realm, essentially, based on my understanding, has constructed their own destroyer to maintain balance in their own way, and that is Majin Buu. Now, this is very important with Oob coming up, because Oob, like Goku, is going to likely have the ability to purify and change everyone around him to essentially be void of evil like him. It's almost as if their perfect weapon, Majin Buu, who was designed for a specific purpose based on what's being suggested here, due to Majin Buu coming from the demon realm, existing in time immemorial, absorbing the evil of mankind, and then serving the role of this like destructive force of nature. All of that suggests that Majin Buu is likely a creature that the demon realm intended to take advantage of, the same way that the Kaioshin take advantage of Beerus as a destroyer. It's just their own version of it. And that's very interesting because it's almost like a conspiracy against Goku in this weird way. because Goku essentially, without even intending to, took their greatest weapon and purified it and turned it into his own. So when you think about it that way, when you think about the idea that the demon realm had some mysterious sorcerer come into their realm, essentially kidnap their greatest weapon, and purified it to serve the exact opposite purpose as what the demon realm likely intended for him to have, that's all very, very interesting stuff. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Majin Buu decided to attack the Kaioshin during his first rampage. I don't think that's a coincidence at all. I mean, think about it. Bibidi shows up to the Kaioshin realm, of all places, specifically the Kaioshin realm. And he clearly has a vested interest in making sure the Kaioshin are taken out. This is a whole backstory that Akira Toriyama had in the back of his mind that we never really got to see, which is something that I'm really excited for when it comes to Daima, because he obviously had something in mind when he was doing the whole antics between Dabura and Babidi and Buu. Like, there's obviously like an untold story there behind the scenes. And I don't think that it's a coincidence that Babidi and Bibidi both control people using the evil in their hearts and are trying to essentially take down the only people who are in charge of making sure that good life exists in the universe. Even with Bibidi, it's like a Jafar type thing. Of course, I don't think he ever tried to, manipulate the king of the demon realm like Babidi did, but it would work out really well if Bibidi used Buu to take out the Kaioshin because he's pure evil, right? He can manipulate him because he's evil incarnate. He's the evil of all mankind absorbed into one entity. And then take advantage of that to essentially not only manipulate the demon realm, but also their greatest weapon and the entire universe after the Kaioshin are no longer capable of making sure that the universe doesn't develop into this horrible, chaotic place. This all seems like a really intricate plan on Bibidi and Babidi's part to essentially rule the entire universe. Because if the demon realm is in charge, and they're in charge of developing evil life in order to maintain balance, that works out very, very, very well for somebody like Babidi or Bibidi. So what likely happened is very similar to Babidi. Bibidi got into the good graces of the demon realm. He is a sorcerer. Him and Babidi likely, dwelled in that realm because they are magic users and they want to learn and be as capable of as much as humanly possible. When you think about it, it all sort of just adds up. I think all of this is sort of adding up to Majin Buu being the result of the demon realm himself. Akira Toriyama has stated himself there is a sort of war happening between the Kaioshin and the Kaioshin, and that the Kaioshin are currently ahead. They are currently stronger. They are currently the dominating force in the universe in comparison to the Kaioshin, who are essentially treated as lowly beings in comparison to the Kaioshin. I mean, if you look at their place in the universe, it just doesn't compare to the Kaioshin. So all of this is very, very, very interesting, and it could add a lot of merit and value to Oob and the end of Z going forward. I am very, very, very excited to see what Dragon Ball Daima offers us in terms of lore. I think it's going to be a great series. I think it's going to expand on why Goku is so important as a character in Dragon Ball. I think it's going to expand on why Oob is so important. I think it's going to expand on the Demon Realm, moral development. Some of the most important and interesting topics in Dragon Ball. I think that the purpose of Dragon Ball Daima is to essentially tackle these topics and give everyone a better understanding of what exactly Akira Toriyama was thinking when he crafted all of these concepts. Because he's only ever, again, talked about them in interviews. There's so many different concepts that we're seeing come to life in Dragon Ball Daima that he has only ever discussed in interviews. And so I'm really, really excited to see all this stuff come to fruition and see all of this stuff be played on by Akira Toriyama in the modern era. Dragon Ball Daima just looks extremely interesting to me. I'm a huge fan of the original Dragon Ball, as you guys all know. And it just seems like this whole thing is going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.